What's going on, YouTube? R to the double E dash to the ZON coming at you once again. First time in a good minute. I know, trust me, I know it's been a while, man. But been really busy, man. A lot of work, a lot of hours, at the job. Really just enjoying, man, gaming every chance I get, man. Switch 2, since launch, I've been on it nonstop. So today's video is going to be catching up with the peeps, man, catching up with the subscribers, letting y'all know what I've been gaming on, letting you know what my experience has been with the Switch 2 thus far. You got to pardon the wrinkled up shirt. I just rolled out of a couple hours nap. It's my Friday, man. So I got off work early at 8:30 in the morning. Got home and took a nap for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. So that's why I'm looking all raggedy right now. But anyways, just catching y'all up on my experience. In gaming across the board, Xbox, Switch, PC, everything. Yeah, man. So I'll just start off with when my kids were here about a little bit over a month ago. We went on a family vacation out to Marco Island beach house that I rented. Had a really beautiful time. Got to spend the entire month with my sons. As a matter of fact, on that, I'd like to say right here first and foremost, before we get into anything, happy birthday, Brandon. Today my youngest son turns 15. The time flies, man. Time has wings, bro. It really does. It's just like seems like only yesterday, man. Him and his brother were just little toddlers, bro. Just recently learning how to walk and running around the house and causing mischief. And now they're both grown young men. And as far as both of them, but especially Brandon, today being his birthday, I can say I'm very proud of you, Papa, of the young man that you become, the man that you're growing into. It's my prayer that you'll continue to bloom, continue to blossom, continue to become a upstanding young man, continue to put the Lord first in everything. And I'm very, very proud of you, Bubba. And can't wait to talk to you later on today. And hopefully see you again soon in person. And that being said, while they were here, we went on the vacation, had a blast, and then came back from the vacation. And they were here for a couple more days before they had to leave. In those couple of days, I rediscovered my love for Steam and games on Steam and PC gaming to a certain degree, which is I was never really big into. But I got on Steam and I was just blown away by how many good deals you can find on Steam versus Nintendo eShop or Xbox Live or Xbox Store or whatever. So many great games on Steam, and for like fractions of the price that you would pay on console. I had always known that in the back of my mind from people telling me, and people who were really big into PC gaming telling me about that. But I had never really like dabbled in it myself, and I just got into a bunch of games, man. I went on Steam specifically looking for an old school game I used to play in high school. It was probably, if I'm not mistaken, the first ever real arena battle royal arena shooter, and that was Unreal Tournament. For my old school gamers, I know y'all know what game I'm talking about. And I found it on Steam. It was like $8 for the original, like 1999 Unreal Tournament that I used to play on my old my old Gateway PC back in the day. So I started, messing around with that, having a blast with it, going back down memory lane. And then I started looking for, I had seen all these TikTok videos of like dinosaur games where you played as a dinosaur. It was like a dinosaur simulator. And when I look it up, bro, there's 5 or 6 different games in that genre alone, which stuff like that you would never find on console. That's why I always gave props to Nintendo with Endless Ocean, because it's a type of genre and the type of game you wouldn't normally find on console. So I went on there on Steam, looked it up, and bro, there was The Isle was one of the games. Saurian was another one. And those games where you start off as a baby dinosaur, and you're either with a herd or you're on your own, depending on whatever species you pick, and then you just have to survive and grow and try to make it to adulthood. And there's day and night cycles, amazing graphics. It's never been lost on me that as good as consoles get, Series X being the most powerful, PlayStation 5 Pro now being I think a bit more powerful than that, and they're just constantly just one upping each other. But as powerful as they get, they can never really match what the PC can do. You know what I'm saying? So it's the graphics, frame rate, everything was amazing. Then I started seeing other dinosaur games, like survival horror dinosaur games. Like I saw a demo for this one called Ferocious, which is literally it's described as a mix between Far Cry and like Turok Dinosaur Hunter. Bro, amazing, amazing. I can't wait for the full completed game to come out. And another one, I believe was called Claude, like Clawed, like Claude, and it was if I'm not mistaken, if I have the title right, it's like a Jurassic Park, third person horror survival where you're visiting this dinosaur park called Prehistoria that's been basically compromised by a big storm, just like Jurassic Park, but in game form. Uh, awesome game. I believe that one was a demo as well. I'm waiting for these games to be like finished so I can get the. I'll pay money for the completed product because they were just awesome. So I was dabbling around in that. All the while was going crazy on my Switch 2 from launch June 5th, I think it was, until now. I have not put it down. Mario Kart World has been amazing. But the truth is, they really, I mean, that game is awesome. It's the best Mario Kart ever, like hands down. But they really do need to at least give us the heads up that there's some DLC coming for it because, I mean, I played the hell out of it to the point where it's like, not that I'm bored, but it's like, aside from the open world and like the little like question mark challenges that you can find all over the open world, which I've done a bunch of them, there's not really much more for me to do except play Knockout Tour, which is just super fun, and go online. So I'm waiting to see if they start bringing some new tracks or some new gameplay modes. We'll see what's up. Maybe we'll hear something this Friday. Today's Wednesday, September 10th. September 12th, Friday, there's a full fledged Nintendo Direct, like an actual general Nintendo Direct. The first one of the Switch 2 generation. Uh, and it's supposed to have a bunch of big announcements. We'll see. This Direct has been leaked left and right. Uh, I was having a conversation at work with one of my fellow officers, and we were talking about how, like I've said before on this channel, how everything was so much better in the '80s and '90s, even the early 2000s, but really like the '90s was the golden era, uh, especially when it came to gaming, bro, because we didn't have we didn't have this device right here that I can literally just ask any question to and get the answers to absolutely anything. That I can get news from around the world in any industry, in any genre, at my fingertips in split seconds. So everything is ruined today. We knew about this Nintendo Direct for the last week and a half. We knew the date. We knew it was going to be September 12th. Today, Nintendo comes out and announces it's Nintendo Direct on September 12th at 9 a.m. Da, da, da. It's like not exciting, even though it could potentially be one of the best shows ever, and it could have so many amazing announcements. You already ruined it for us by telling us it was coming ahead of time. You know what I'm saying? So we were talking about that how it was just better in the '90s, bro. Like there was barely any internet. The internet was just beginning to take off. It was still dial up, 56K. And all you had were gaming magazines, which was awesome. Like now all those things are gone, and it's like, oh, just go online and type in what you want, and there's your answer. So, but yeah, that being said, the direct is coming up. Hopefully, we'll get some big announcements, some Mario Kart World announcements. So it'll be nice. But yeah, I've been going crazy Mario Kart World. I've been going absolutely nuts in Donkey Kong Bonanza. That game is so massive. I'm finally at what I believe is the last layer or the last world. Um, but I've been thinking I'm at the last layer for like the last month, and I just keep getting deeper and deeper. There's just so much to explore and so much to do. So the game is fantastic. Graphical art style is just beautiful. The Switch 2 is such a capable machine, handheld especially, bro. I'm finding that out now with games I purchased. I'm glad we're in an era right now. We're in a generation where Nintendo has offered up a capable system that is not super outdated right out of the box. Like the Switch original, for Switch One, was fantastic and it was amazing day one when you got it. But day one when you got it, the chipset that was used for it was already 2 years out of date. It was 2 years old. It was 2 years old technology that had been around for 2+ years before the before the Switch One ever came out. So it was outdated pretty much within the first year or two as far as ports being brought over from third party developers. But the Switch 2 seems to be such a dramatic leap forward that and added power that I'm looking at third party ports on this console, and not all of them, but for the most part, they're awesome, dude. Like we already know about Cyberpunk and Street Fighter 6. They look phenomenal. You put them side by side, a video of gameplay side by side with the PS5 version or the Series S version, and you can't tell the difference. It's right there. But also, I've seen it now in the sports arena, and that's what I'm thrilled about because I'm a big sports gamer. I love having the NBA, the Madden, uh, the NHL, especially. I mean, unfortunately, EA is stupid, and I looked it up, and they have no plans to bring NHL to the Nintendo Switch 2. They brought FC, they brought Madden, but they're not gonna bring NHL. That's stupid. Bring NHL, bro. Like bring the hockey game. But anyways, I got recently NBA 2K26, WWE 2K25, and Madden 26, and all three of those sports games are amazing ports. Madden, for starters, looks so pristine in the handheld mode. It's hard for me to believe it even after having it for about 4 days now and playing it pretty much nonstop. It's still hard to believe at what I'm looking at, that it looks that good. It looks like the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series X version in your hands, and it plays smooth. Yes, it's not 60 frames like the other consoles. It's 30 frames, but it's smooth. It's not choppy. It's like the gameplay is smooth. So even though it's at 30 frames, it's playing smooth. You're not missing a beat. You're in it, and it's just a fantastic gameplay experience. It's an authentic NFL experience, which has been sorely lacking on Nintendo consoles. So this is awesome. Madden 26, highly recommended for Switch 2 owners if you haven't tried it out already. WWE 2K25 was the first one that blew the doors off. That was like, oh my god, look at how the quality of this third party port to the Switch 2. I have WWE 2K25 on the Series X. I double dipped and got it on the Switch because I had heard it. I had seen gameplay footage of it and had read reviews, and it was just fantastic. It was like everything about it was positive. The only one negative, and it is a negative, is that it doesn't have an image importer. So when you go to the creations, the community creations, or you want to create your own character, you can't import an image. So it's harder to make really authentic. It's not impossible, but it's harder to make authentic looking versions of wrestlers that are not in the game, like Sting or something like that. But it's still doable, and it just the main thing is that the game is 60 frames per second, 4K when docked, 1080p on the handheld, buttery smooth gameplay, HDR, all the bells and whistles, and it's a fantastic port. So now we have a legitimate NFL experience on the Nintendo console. We have a legitimate wrestling experience on the Nintendo console. And NBA has always been there. And NBA 2K26, after playing it for the last couple of days, is a phenomenal port. Now I hear people complaining, oh, but it's at 30 frames instead of 60. Okay, so what? But the gameplay is smooth. The dribbling, the ball handling, the pump fakes, the graphics, the facial representation of the characters, the wrinkles in the jersey, the detail in the crowds, the strobing cameras flashing, and all that is there. The online is there. The city's there. Everything is there. So we have entered into a generation that we haven't been to in, bro, in about 2 decades, to be honest with you. Because the last time we had actual, real, true, across the board sports representation on a Nintendo console was the Nintendo GameCube. That's where we had Madden, NBA Live, NBA 2K, NFL 2K when it used to exist was on there, NHL 2K, the MLB 2K, the baseball games, everything, the boxing games, everything was on there, bro. And I am looking at the Switch 2 and the way these ports are performing as far as the gameplay. Now, how will they sell? I don't know. I know that WWE got to, I think, the top three. It was the number 3 best-selling game on the eShop at one point. So that's good news. Hopefully Madden sells good. Hopefully NBA I believe always sells good. But Madden, I mean, EA is a stupid company. I'm not gonna lie, and they're a very lazy company because from what I've seen, the FC game, I haven't played it, and I'm not a huge soccer fan. But from what I'm being told from people that have played it, they say that it's just like it was on the Wii U and on the original Switch, where they just put the last generation version, like a legacy version, and not the real next gen version with all the bells and whistles. That's lazy. That's stupid, and I hope it doesn't sell if that's the case. But Madden, it seems like they went all in because everything that's in the Xbox and PlayStation versions is in the Switch 2 version. Everything online, the franchise, your alternate team, everything is there, and it looks awesome. Graphically, it's a beautiful game to look at and to experience and to play. So we're in this generation now where there's full, for the most part, full legitimate sports simulation representation on a Nintendo console, and that is just phenomenal. I am so thrilled about that. I have been having a blast. My only issue is, as we all knew, yes, they expanded the internal storage of the console from 32 gigs on the Switch 1 to 256 gigs on the Switch 2. But with these game sizes, 256 gigs is nothing. So literally, with NBA 2K25, I'm sorry, 2K26, WWE 2K25, Madden 26, and Donkey Kong Bonanza, I have 4 gigs left of free space on my system with just those 4 games installed. Donkey Kong Bonanza is massive, but it's only an 8 gigabyte game. But NBA is 75, WWE is 77, and Madden is 56. That's pretty much almost your entire 256 gigabyte storage there. So I need to get me an SD Express card and a Pro controller too, because I've been playing on my original Pro controller ones because they're compatible. Uh, but I would really love to get my hands on a Pro controller too. Probably, I mean, I could go get it at any time. Honestly, I just don't feel like driving somewhere to get it, and I really don't feel like spending the money. So I'll probably just wait and like get it as a Christmas gift or something. But yeah, man, I've been enjoying my time with the Switch too, especially the sports games. And it does my heart good to see these third party ports looking as good as they are and playing as good as they are and being as comparable to the other consoles as they are. So that, developers can't keep coming up with excuses like, oh, the Switch is underpowered, this and that. The Switch 2 may not be as powerful as the PlayStation 5 or the Series X, but it's in the ballpark and it can handle it, and it's proving it. Hogwarts Legacy looks amazing on the Switch 2. Mortal Kombat 1, though it doesn't look as good as it does on the other consoles, because remember, it was designed for the Switch 1. There's no Switch 2 version of Mortal Kombat 1. It does look somewhat better, and it plays a hell of a lot better on the Switch 2. What else? Other games have I been playing on it? Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, WWE, NBA, Madden, the Batman Arkham Trilogy. Arkham Asylum and Arkham City play fantastic and look amazing on the console. Unfortunately, everybody had said that Arkham Knight was now playable because it wasn't. It was broken on the Switch 1. So I got that trilogy because I love the Batman games, but really Arkham Knight is my favorite. I really wanted to have that handheld, and every time I play it handheld, within the first 2-3 minutes, it crashes. So I don't believe the hype. As far as I've seen, that is not true. It has not been fixed. It looks better. It runs better as far as the smoothness of the frame rate and the loading times, but it will crash. It will end up crashing every time. So I don't even play Arkham Asylum. I mean, I might go check it out again, maybe later on today, because it's been weeks since I've tried, and maybe it's been patched, maybe it's been updated. I don't know. I doubt it. But I've been playing that also, Batman Arkham Trilogy. And really, the issue with the Switch 2, I mean, the console's been phenomenal, and I'm super thrilled that I own it. And the build quality of it, when I play it, when I hold it, it's such a pristine. What's the word? It's such a pristine piece of tech. Such a well built. The build quality. It's a premium product, is what I want to say. And just from holding it and the way it's designed and the way the Joy-Cons magnetically attach and all that, I could just tell that this is going to last so much longer than the original Switch. You're not gonna have Joy-Cons coming off rails and all that, and being rickety when you're holding it and disconnecting randomly. That ain't gonna happen with this system, bro. The screen is phenomenal. I mean, I'm enjoying myself with it so much. The only issue with Nintendo lately has been since the Switch 2 launched, all we've had are little ridiculous non-important. Hold on, I got a pop up here of non-important directs. Partner showcases with garbage games shown off. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. I forgot what the other. A 45-minute direct for Kirby's Air Riders. Like, come on. I respect Sakurai and I love him to death, and I love everybody at Nintendo because it's my company. It's the company that resides right here for me. But 45 minutes for a Kirby racing game, please. It's not just because of the fact that I'm not interested in Kirby Air Riders. I never cared for Kirby's Air Ride. I own it on the GameCube just because I was a collector, and so I have the disc. But never cared for the game. Never enjoyed it. So I'm not gonna get Kirby Air Riders. I don't mind a specific Nintendo Direct based on a game that I'm not gonna get. But when you do a 45-minute Direct. And there's not anybody that watched that direct knows that he was basically just being redundant and stretching it out to reach that time limit for some reason. You could have done everything you did in that direct in 10, 15 minutes. You could have explained everything that you did and shown off gameplay, and that would have been it. But he went for 45 freaking minutes. So the direct situation has been garbage since the Switch 2 launch. But like I said, it's been leaked, it's been rumored. Everybody knows that there's a Switch. There's a Switch. I'm sorry, Switch. There's a Nintendo General Direct coming now on September 12th, and it's been confirmed now by Nintendo. So the day after tomorrow, I will be watching it, and then I'll be doing a video on my reaction to it. Um, this one's supposed to have a lot of big announcements. So, and this is a general direct, not focused on one particular game and not a partner showcase, but the big end themselves. So here, I refuse to believe that we get out of this direct without having the exact launch date of Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Like, that world doesn't exist. The world where we end that direct, no matter how long that direct is, 25 minutes, 40, whatever it is, we do not get out of that direct without an exact launch date for that game. Number one. Um, I expect to see something for the Mario 40th. It's the 40th, right? Yeah, the 40th anniversary of Super Mario Brothers. So, I mean, I don't want to see a Mario Maker 3. Some people have been talking about that. Please no, no. Enough. Don't do that. Enough. It's been done to death. That's it. Mario Maker 1 was phenomenal. Mario Maker 2 was more lackluster, but still fun. Enough. You have everything in there that you needed for Mario Maker. There's nothing else really to add. And if there was, just make it DLC for Mario Makers 2 on the Switch 2. That's it. I would like to see another thing people have been rumoring, a full like the Metroid Prime remaster, like that kind of treatment, a remaster of Mario Galaxy 2. That would be awesome. I'd drop the money on it immediately. Um, Fantasy of mine, I did say it when I first did my reaction to the Switch 2 review and my impressions on the Switch 2 when I first got it. And I'm going to stick with it. I feel less confident about it now, but I'm going to stick with the prediction because I did make it. We will at least have the revelation of the next 3D Mario before the end of this year. So this will be the perfect time, 40th anniversary. So I'd like to see that. I'd like to see some big announcements, bro. Like, I've been hearing, one of the leaks that was coming out is that all the Resident Evil games are coming to the Switch 2. Yay. Okay. And when they say all the games, they're talking about Resident Evil 7. I love that game, but we had that on cloud, in a crappy version on cloud on the original Switch, back I don't know how many years ago. And a couple of years before even that, I had that game for free on Game Pass on my Xbox Series X. So it's not exactly a blockbuster announcement. All the Resident Evil remakes, the Resident Evil 1 remake, 2 remake, all that, supposedly those are coming. That's cool, but, whatever. Like, I want new stuff. You know what I'm saying? I have no problem. I'm not one of these gamers that has a problem with older, previously released games that never were on this console being launched on this console. I'm a fan of that because it fills out the catalog and it makes the console more of a gaming hub, more of a complete gaming console with just scads of games across all different genres to play. That's awesome. I love collections. I love, like I said before, the Cowabunga collection, the Jurassic Park collection, the Castlevania collection. I want all that on the Switch. Street Fighter collection, Capcom collection, all that. Mortal Kombat Legacy collection. That is what I'm dying for. September apparently is when it's launching, we're in September now. So come on. Dying for that, bro. All the original Mortal Kombat arcades and other games all together in one collection with online play with rollback netcode. Oh my god. I'll take my money, bro. Take my money immediately for the Switch. On the Switch, I like until Xbox gets their stuff together. Like, I love my Series X. I still pay for Game Pass. I still play Sea of Thieves and a bunch of great games on my Series X. But like I said before, Xbox is just like giving up on life. They're just giving their games away to everybody. PlayStation is now following suit and doing the same thing. So it's like, until further notice, bro, I am strictly a Switch. Well, I don't want to say strictly because I still play the Series X. But as far as my number one go-to console this generation, as of right now, as of June 5th till now, it has been and probably will continue to be the Switch 2. That is my primary console. That's why I got Madden on the Switch 2 and not on the Series X. That's why I got NBA 2K26 and WWE 2K25 on the Switch 2. I mean, I had WWE on the Series X, but I didn't get NBA 2K on the Series X. I didn't get Madden on the Series X. I got that on my Switch 2. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, I'm getting on my Switch 2. Everything that comes out going forward, I'm getting on my Switch 2 because the system is capable enough to have a very well made and playing port, and it has the portability factor, so you can't lose. But yeah, man. So what else, man? Yeah, I mean, I've been enjoying the game. Also, I've been enjoying going back and playing Switch One games on the Switch Two to see the improvements, whether they are downloadable upgrade pack improvements like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, which is just freaking crazy, bro. Those improvements, it's a brand new game every time, bro. Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, 4K, 60 frames per second with HDR support, chef's kiss. It's brand new. It's brand new. But also, I go back and play Switch One games that didn't have a specific download pack upgrade. It's just the console being stronger and having more processing power and more graphical power. Uh, in a way, updating the games to its specifications. Meaning, I'll put Mortal Kombat One that I bought for Switch One and the Switch Two, and now the loading times are cut in half or cut into a third. The graphics look slightly clearer. The frame rate is more consistent. Better performance. Animal Crossing New Horizons. Jump back into that. It is awesome on the Switch Two. What else? Splatoon 3, phenomenal. It's been great, bro. So yeah, I mean, this Nintendo Direct. I'm waiting for Mario, 3D Mario. I'm waiting for Mario Galaxy 2 remake. I want that. Zelda's 40th anniversary is coming up too. I would like to see the much rumored complete HD remake of the Zelda Ocarina of Time. If that exists and that is a thing, you need to give it to me yesterday. What else? I want to see some announcements of some stuff that, like I said, when I said in my last couple of videos, this console is going to dominate. It already is. It's already whooping the crap out of everything, bro. It's already do. You just had Star Wars Outlaws, which is a very graphically demanding game, launch on the Switch as a Switch port, on the Switch 2 as a Switch port, and it runs better than it does on the Series S, and it runs better and looks better than it does on the Steam Deck. The Switch 2 is capable, bro. Let's stop with the nonsense. This system is going to dominate. So because it's going to dominate, I've been saying we're going to see the revival of a lot of dormant Nintendo franchise. So I would like to see, as always, like I say, I would like to see an F-Zero. I would like to see a Wave Race. I would love to see a Star Fox. And as far as the GameCube Online, I mean, yeah, it's awesome. And they have added games to it. They added Mario Strikers and they added Chibi Robo. But it's like I want those games like from the beginning of the GameCube. Like you should be doing this in order. You know what I'm saying? Like in order of how it came out back in the day. When the GameCube launched, you had Luigi's Mansion, Wave Race Blue Storm, and Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2 Rogue Leader. Those should be the next three games. Luigi's Mansion should be next, along with Wave Race Blue Storm, and you should get Star Wars on there. Right? As of right now, there's no mention of Star Wars Rogue Squadron appearing on there. It needs to. That was a blockbuster, top of the line GameCube game. So, I'd like to see some more announcements about GameCube Online. I'd like to see a definitive launch date, not just for Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, but for Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. That looks phenomenal. That's a day one for me. And I want to see some surprises, bro. And it's getting harder and harder to see that because the internet is like the devil's playground. This is everything gets ruined on the internet. So, but I'd like to see some surprises, something out of left field. And I'd like to see I'm being greedy. I'm being selfish. But damn it, they've starved us of a real Nintendo Direct forever. So they owe us. I don't want to see just there's one more thing at the end. No, I want to see like 2 or 3 nice surprises during the Direct, and then that big closer. Look, here's one more thing, and we'll see. But that's what I've been up to, man. Like I said, when it comes to Xbox, I'm just now all of a sudden next year their new Xbox is coming out. I mean, I'm gonna end up getting it. I don't know if I'll get it launch day. We'll see, but I know I'm gonna end up getting it because I like Microsoft's consoles and I like continuing Game Pass. Game Pass is just phenomenal, but it's like they're not doing anything, bro. And when they started to do something, Indiana Jones was a Game of the Year contender, and now Indiana Jones is on PlayStation as well. How much longer until Halo is on PlayStation? The way they're going, Forza's on PlayStation, Sea of Thieves is on PlayStation. Hi-Fi Rush and the one I just said, and Indiana Jones is on PlayStation. Starfield is rumored to be coming to PlayStation. Like, dude, there have been a lot of rumors that, Call of Duty might be at this Nintendo Direct because Nintendo and Microsoft entered into that 10-year partnership to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo consoles, and that was like 2 years ago, and we haven't seen anything yet. So that could be a possibility. But there's also a lot of rumors of Sea of Thieves coming to the Switch too. If that happens, day one, yes, please take my money. Like right up here, no loop. Just go ahead, do it because I'm gonna get it because the Switch, because the Sea of Thieves are portable, handheld on the Nintendo console. Yes. Also, Flight Simulator. I don't know how much I believe that one because Flight Simulator is super demanding, even on the Series X, and that's a powerful console. So I don't know how the Switch 2 will be running it, but you never know. There's rumors of that. Um, we'll see, bro. They're supposed to be. Microsoft already made a statement that they got a lot of games coming to Nintendo's console. So we'll see if there's some announcements at the direct. But yeah, man, that's basically it, man. I just wanted to catch up with y'all, chop it up with y'all, say happy birthday to my beautiful, incredible son, Brandon. I hope you enjoy your day, Papa. I hope it's everything that you want it to be. I'll be sending you your gift tonight when you get home, and just enjoy it, Papa. And just continue being the amazing young man that you are. And like I tell you and your brother, always God first. Put God first. Do things the way God wants them done, and it'll be good with you. You'll be blessed. So, I mean, that's it, man. Yeah, bro. I'm gonna now just chill, enjoy the rest of my day off. Relax on the couch, play some Switch, NBA 2K, Madden. Probably get into some more Donkey Kong, try to beat it because I'm in the last world. At least I'm pretty sure it is. And there's like some stuff I gotta do in there before I can progress. Uh, hey man, just enjoying myself. I'm enjoying my time, bro. I'm enjoying my time with the Switch 2. Um, I just know that there's. I just know. I know. There's a Switch 2 OLED coming in like a year and a half that I'm gonna have to spend money on. So I'm just preparing for that. But yeah, man, everything's been great. The job is great. Oh yeah, for those of you who are subscribers of mine for a long time and are close to me, got a couple off the top of my head, Jason, Mercury, and a couple others, man. You guys they know because we've spoken, but I haven't made a video in a long time, so a lot of y'all may not know. My grandfather just recently passed away I want to say about 3 weeks ago. Very sad, but it was time, bro. He was in his mid 90s. God gave us an amazing 94 years with him. He got to see and impact 16 grandkids and great grandkids, and he lived an amazing life, man. So he's finally at peace, man. I have no doubt he's with the Lord, man. And so it's been a lot of I'm gonna end up going tomorrow. So it's been a lot of passing by my grandma's house, spending time with her, making sure she's doing good, and going along the grieving process and all that. So any prayers would be appreciated. Love you guys. God bless y'all. Stay gaming. It's the R to the double E dash to the Z. Tune in Friday because I'm putting up that reaction video to the Switch 2 Direct. God bless y'all, man. Stay gaming. Peace.